Now, the former Home Secretary Amber Rudd was let down by her own officials, according to an inquiry into the events leading up to her resignation earlier this year. Ms Rudd stood down in April, saying she had inadvertently misled MPs investigating the Windrush generation of post-war Caribbean migrants. The report says she lost confidence in her officials and was not supported as she should have been. Well, it's been out to Nick Broderick, a Windrush migrant who came to the UK as a baby in 1962. And I'm just wondering if this makes any difference to you whatsoever.
Good afternoon. Not really, because she can say what she likes. When you're the boss of an organisation, the responsibility lies on your shoulders. So she really shouldn't be blaming her staff. She should look at herself at this fiasco.
Now, you call it a fiasco. For many of us in the news business, you know, things have moved on. But for you, the issue of Windrush is very much still there.
Oh, of course it is. It will never go away, you know, because at the end of the day, people might say, what are you looking for money? But that, at the end of the day, that is what's happened to us. A lot of us in my position were put in that position by the government's mistakes, and so in the end, when you're in that position and you're desperate, you do things like you have to borrow money, and if those channels are not open to you, you have to go to people that would lend you the money, and now it's come back to bite many of us, and we have to pay that money back. So yes, we are looking for some compensation, you know, and I know the goalposts have moved on now to November the 16th, I think, before they're going to finish with it or start the arrangements of pain, I don't know, but it's left you still feeling very, very nervous about the whole thing. Money has to be paid back.
Nick, the government has said it's setting up a task force.
Yeah.
But in terms of you and others in a very similar position, what was that moment like when you realised, hang on a minute, I don't seem to have anything to back up who I am?
Oh, it was terrible, because it was like hanging onto a rope and it was slowly breaking. You know, you didn't know who to turn with. At the start, I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the only person in this position. I thought I'd done something terribly wrong, you know, and through the years, obviously, I hadn't done anything wrong, but it does leave you with a great amount of anxiety, because I don't know what the next step is. I know the government's looking into it and things take time, but within that time, people like me have to pay money back, so it's left me completely frustrated. There's nothing like sleeping at night, nothing like that.
Because you lost your job because of all this.
Oh yeah, I lost my job, my licence, closed my bank account down, everything, you know, and I'm still picking up the pieces. And at my age, I'm 64 now, trying to get a job is really, really hard. Some nights it's really hard to bear because of the frustration of not being able to really, although, listen, I know the government's giving me my card, I can stay in England. I know that, you know, but I still have to live. I still have to pay that money back, you know, and there's no hope for me, you know, because it's trebling all the time. It's really hard.
I mean, we're all talking about the politics of this, but do you think the government actually gets it, understands what this means?
I think maybe some of them do, but I don't really think they're going to... Look, you can say what you like, but the government will do something when they want to do it, how they want to do it, regardless of how much hurt there is. That's what governments do. But, you know, I'm just hoping they actually will understand. For some people, we are desperate to get our lives back on track, because no matter if I can stay here, it's left a scar in me that will not go away. You know, I'm a very nervous person now, because I still think there's somebody going to come for me. I know it's ridiculous, and there are people worse off than me, but, you know, I really wish they would be more honest with us and tell us what's happening, because they've just left us up in the air. I don't know. And many people like me are in the same position.
Nick, I know we're going to keep in touch, but in the meantime, the best of luck. Nick Broderick, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks.